Welcome back to the What? Oh my God, Let's Play.
Let's play. Throwback to 2010s. Welcome back to the Play On podcast.
Yeah, Let's Play. I was thinking of Achievement Hunter. Yeah, the Play On podcast this is episode 44. This is probably the biggest week for Champions League for the new setup. Jesse has some insane takes on this one. I think I do too. We were giving each other shit yesterday.
Yeah, well, because no one wants to play it safe because, that's boring. And that's what the standard television is going to tell you. But so we try to mix it up a bit. But, some hate watch can be seen in our picks. But, yeah, this is a crucial day that what the new setup is meant for. Because in previous times in Champions League in the group stage, everything would be done by the last day.
Mm-hmm.
So we would, not really care. But now everything's happening on Wednesday. There's going to be a bunch of matches. You're going to be going through different, changing channel back and forth to try to catch what's happening. And it's going to be insane to see what happens.
Yeah, it's exciting times, to be honest. You would think there'd be something secure, but the only one secure right now is Liverpool. But, of course, you're going to want to listen to the predictions. We have a whole load of them. We took off two of them because two of them were like meaningless matches because they're disqualified. And then I think we took out the Liverpool one, right? Because we assume they're going to put in like a majority of like their B squad.
Yeah, and plus they're already qualified, so they don't care too much. Barca's also qualified.
They're qualified, but they're fighting for seeding for the top 8.
No, because they have 18.
They have 18, but they could still go down based on like a goal difference.
Yeah.
But even though they have a high goal difference, you never know.
True.
But not even that. You're gonna want to listen to my picks because I got 9 out of 15 right. Jesse got 5 out of 15. I kicked his ass last week.
It was a bad week. Dude, it was a curse of the 2-goal lead, dude. It happened twice.
Yeah, who was it?
Barca.
Barcelona.
And
they were down 4-2.
And then Man
Man
City.
City. They were up 2-0 against PSG.
Yeah.
Ah, god damn it. It's been the story for Man City. If you see them up two goals, bet against them. Bet that shit right now.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, let's get started.
We'll start off Aston Villa.
Hold on. Actually, let me set this whole thing up. I forgot about it. I wrote it down. So all the teams play on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's our time.
Mm-hmm.
Clubs 1 through 18 are qualified. Only Liverpool is qualified directly. Number 1 seed. No one can dethrone them. Spots 3 to 8th. They're kind of interchangeable. Same thing with second place. It's crazy things can happen. So they're fighting for not playing that playoff position.
Mm-hmm.
19 through 27th. They are looking to secure playoff spots. Anything can happen. 2 key matches for us that at least I wrote down is number 20 Club Brugge versus Man City, number 25. So Man City's trying to get in; they have to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then PSG versus Stuttgart, one of the craziest situations. 22 versus 24. Stuttgart's in the last place for playoffs, so that's gonna be an interesting match. They could either draw, make it boring as fuck, or they could go all out.
Well, even then, even if they both draw, they could both technically be out because if the crazy scenario happens where the teams below them all win out their games, they're out.
Yeah, so Stuttgart can't park the bus, PSG can't park the bus. It all depends on Man City, and I think Man City's gonna go all out. Same thing. Who's the other one? Dinamo?
Club Brugge?
No, Bruges is 20th, so technically they're qualified.
No, they're
Well,
on
not
11.
qualified,
They have 11 points. They're just 1 point above them.
Yeah, and what's the goal difference right there?
Club Brugge has -2. Man City has +2.
And what about Stuttgart and PSG?
-1 for Stuttgart and +2 for PSG. So it's negligible.
Yeah, so Man City could win by 1 goal, and Bruges would technically be in, and then Stuttgart loses by more than 1, they could be out. So again, a bunch of different scenarios gonna happen. No one can predict this, not even AI.
Maybe.
You think so?
No.
Speaking of AI, China just came out with their own AI, and it's like more efficient than OpenAI. World news.
You don't even know. We might not be real people.
True. Well, yeah, we'll get started. Go ahead, Jesse.
We came up. The first match we have is Aston Villa versus Celtic.
And I think we both agreed on this one, and we took Aston Villa.
Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward.
I'm just pulling mine up because I didn't write both teams down. I was too lazy to write both.
I have. Next is Atalanta versus Barca.
And you know who I go with. Unbiased opinion, I got Barca.
You know me, biased opinion, hate watch, Atalanta. That.
Uh, then we have Bayern Leverkusen versus Spartak Prague.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I took Leverkusen.
Yeah, we both picked
Oh
Leverkusen.
my god, they were so unique.
Yeah, we're so very unique.
Next one is Bayern Munich versus Slovan Bratislava.
Yeah, we both pick. I think Bayern.
Yep. Wait, did I write the wrong one?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I wrote the wrong team for the next one. But yeah, I wrote down Bayern.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Dortmund versus Shakhtar.
And I wrote down Shakhtar.
Yeah, you were trying to be different here. I remember, and then you were giving me shit.
Well, Dortmund just fired Nuri Sahin, so.
Yeah, but the interim coach, I think he got a draw, right?
A draw, exactly. Not exactly a win, dude. Not to give you the confidence.
But still, they're playing at Signal Iduna Park.
Mm.
They're playing at home. The fans will give them the power, dude. The fans are basically the coach now.
They played at home last weekend, too.
It's different. It's different.
Who knows? Again, I'm just taking a shot in the dark. I don't want to constantly go favorite. Dortmund has been inconsistent. You can't rely on them. I'll take Shakhtar.
And then we have Real Madrid versus Brest. You know, I think we're gonna, and you know me, I think we're gonna beat Brest up.
They're playing in France, so I think I'm gonna go with Brest just for the home field advantage. Real Madrid.
You're really gonna pick Brest?
They got tired legs, dude. Real Madrid has tired legs.
All right.
Next matchup is the Milan game. They're facing Dinamo Zagreb,
who are also trying to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
So this can be a tough match for Milan because they're not gonna try. You know, Dinamo's trying to get that one to qualify, or at least fight for continue going.
Yeah, and again, I'm expecting all-out attacks in a lot of these matches. High presses. It could either be a 0-0 game, or it could be like a 5-4 game.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I expect most teams to go up, but there's gonna be the occasional Mikel Arteta terrorist football ball.
Jesus, Jesse. But yeah, I went with Milan. I think we both did.
And we both did. Yeah, I'm not very we prefaced it saying that we're different.
Yeah, and then it's Girona versus Arsenal.
And then I'm different. I'm a hate watcher, so I picked Girona over Arsenal.
I take Arsenal.
Wow, real different of you, Jerry.
I know, bro. But the next one is Inter versus Monaco. I think this is one of the low-key best matchups.
Is it Monaco?
Yeah, it's Inter Milan versus Monaco.
I put Benfica.
That's the next match. Juventus versus Benfica.
I put Benfica twice. That's why.
Don't worry. I did the same mistake with Bratislava.
Yeah, I went Inter over Monaco, but that one's interesting. It could possibly end up with, I think, a draw.
I picked the tie.
Yeah.
It's one of those matches, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just if you watch football, you're like it could be that one.
Because Inter doesn't really have too much to play for. Again, they're qualified, but if anything, draw gets them into the top 8 places. So I don't think they're gonna do too much attacking. And then Monaco, like, they're a gritty team, but playing in the San Siro will be difficult.
Yeah. Then, like we mentioned, we have Juve versus Benfica. And I went with my boys Juve, like I have all season.
I'm going with Benfica. I saw a lot of good things last match against Barcelona, especially their striker getting a hat trick, but then losing. It kind of sucks. It's a sting in the ass, and I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, it was tough picking against Benfica because I do like a good number of the players that they have there. I think they have good players that might get poached, hopefully by us.
Their left back, the Real Madrid academy player.
Yeah, he changed. He used to go by Fernandes, but he changed his name. Where is it now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, and then they also have Silva, who I also like, but.
And it's crazy. He went to Man U. Man U's like, yeah, we don't need him. Goes to Benfica, drops a fucking masterclass against Barcelona.
And it's crazy because Man U has no left back.
Yeah, they're playing with 2 right backs, but that's what happens when you run a club like that. But yeah, great promising things, and yeah, Benfica's gonna take the win.
Nope. So going with
you would let me slide.
Still going with you. And next we have Leo versus Feyenoord.
They're playing in France too. I'm taking Feyenoord. They're losing our boy Santi Jimenez, sadly, and I think he's gonna go out with a bang. He's been playing really good.
Yeah, I still went with Leo.
I know. Jonathan David, he's been having good scoring in this Champions League.
He's having a good solid season. I think he's probably gonna make that move up.
We've been saying that for 5 years, Jesse. Stop.
I think he probably he's had the record. Like I think
I hope he does.
like it's weird because Arsenal need a striker, but yet they decided to sell him.
Yeah, Marmouche looking like a fucking dog, and Arsenal didn't want to buy him, but hey, that's okay. They could just buy another Gabriel Jesus.
No, they can buy another center back. Jared, what do you mean?
They're probably gonna buy Holland from fucking Man U or something.
Maybe.
But enough lillygagging. Man City versus Club Brugge in the Etihad, and I'm taking Man City.
Yeah, we're not very different. We picked Man City.
Yeah, Marmouche has made a huge difference. We're not. I don't think we're going over the matches. Oh, we are a little bit later, but we'll give our thoughts on the new signings.
Mm-hmm. And then we have PSV versus Liverpool. And I went different. I went for a draw.
I went with PSV.
Yeah, I just felt like Liverpool won't allow themselves to lose. I think they'll just settle for a draw.
I think they're just gonna lose narrowly, like 1-0, 2-1 by 1 goal. They'll win by 1 goal.
No, they'll get that draw.
Again, it's that B squad, and if it's Darwin Nunez, I gave him so much hope. It's not looking good. Yeah, because I think they're resting Salah. I think they're resting their 11 because they have a good matchup coming up this weekend.
And then we have Salzburg versus Atalanta. No, Atletico.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
And we can't go wrong with this one, and I took Atletico Madrid.
I took a draw.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why?
Last week there was like so many situations where it was almost a draw, so I felt like this week there has to be draws. So I just sprinkled some in.
You feel like it, and especially one of the most informed teams. Well, informed in the Champions League because Julian Alvarez kind of destroyed your boys, your man Xabi Alonso.
Let's not talk about that.
When they were down one guy.
I wouldn't blame Xabi Alonso. I would blame the players because you have an advantage for most of the game and you can't do anything.
It's Atletico Madrid. They live and die by defending. That match was
but they were 1 goal up.
But that match was great, dude. People talk about how the Barcelona was probably the best match of the tournament. No, it wasn't.
No, but we've seen that Atletico and Dortmund is cinema. Like going back to last year in Champions League, remember?
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the best games of the whole Champions League because it was back and forth. And this one proved no different.
Yeah. And again, I'll give my thoughts on why the Barcelona match wasn't the best match in the group a little bit later. But there's a lot to talk about right there. What's the next one?
Bologna versus...
No, we skipped Bologna.
Oh, did we?
Oh, no, we didn't. We kept it.
Yeah.
Yes, because Bologna they're not qualified, but Sporting is, and they've been having a horrible time without their manager.
Yeah, as soon as Almiron left, the new manager lost the club, or they lost the players.
Mm-hmm.
And now the players are just confused as well.
And I took Sporting.
And I picked Bologna.
Jesus. Next match is PSG versus Stuttgart.
Yeah, who we mentioned could be the match of the week. Because they're both fighting tooth and nail to qualify for this one.
Mm-hmm. And I took PSG. They made that huge comeback against Man City at home. They have all the momentum. We'll see how it goes.
Not very different of you, Jerry. You criticize people for going for the favorites, and you just keep on going. That's why I, the man of the people, have picked Stuttgart.
Well, is it really different? Because Stuttgart has a great record at home, and that's what I'm kind of realizing right now. I'm like, oh, God damn it, they're playing at home.
Yeah, I did see that, and that's why I did pick them.
Yeah, and it's scary. I kind of want to go back on my pick, but no, I'm going to stick with it. Stick with my guns. PSG, they're not going to allow themselves. The president is part of the UEFA committee, so some black magic is going to be pulled, and they're going to qualify.
Nah.
You forgot about that part, right?
Yeah, that never happens in football, right, guys?
They have those connections inside, dude. PSG's too big to be knocked out in the group stage.
Nah, that won't happen.
But we also have Europa League and Conference League matchups. I don't think we have a Conference League.
No, we have Europa League.
Europa League. There's a total of what, 3?
Yeah, we picked 3 matches that we think look good.
And the first one is Ajax.
Ajax versus Galatasaray.
And I gotta go with my boys at the Johan Cruyff Arena and take Ajax.
And I went with the draw because how you can bet against Osimhen?
They're not playing in Turkey. I would have given them the edge because of that.
No, but the Osimhen, he's still playing. He's gonna get that goal, and it's gonna end up a draw.
We'll see. Still, Arsenal, whoever fucking looking for a striker. There's Osimhen for 75 million, and people refuse to buy him.
It's crazy.
Is he the top goal scorer right now?
In the Europa League?
Yeah. Go to stats or top players, top goal scorer.
It's Hoyland, Samu, Jonas Agun from Galatasaray.
Mm-hmm.
They're all on 5. Oshiman's below with 4.
Yeah.
Mamouche is also there with 4.
Yeah, but now Marmouche isn't playing the Champions League and he might be knocked out. Great stuff. But yeah, our next matchup is Roma versus Frankfurt. I took Roma.
I picked Frankfurt because, they've been a pick that I've been comfortable with, and I chose them.
I just think the Marmouche thing is gonna be a little learning curve. Play without him. One of the best players in the club, probably the best player in the club. So we'll see how they do without him.
Well, they've already signed a replacement. We'll see how it goes. I told you about him. He doesn't look like a hit to me, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
They're not gonna throw him into the wolves. They're not Pep Guardiola.
True.
What's the next match?
Lazio versus Braga, and Braga needs this because they're in 27th. They're about to miss out.
I took Lazio because they have yet to fail me.
Yeah, I picked Lazio too. But speaking of Europa League, Porto is in 25th, so they're about to miss it. So they need a win in their match too.
Interesting. And they're going in turmoil. A little bit of news. We'll give it ahead of time. They bought our Liga MX coach, I guess.
They brought in the Argentinian coach from Cruz Azul.
Anselmi.
Yeah, and apparently the Cruz Azul is saying that he just left without telling anyone, and they were saying that they were going to delay the signing from him because the Liga MX, or like the Mexican League, has already started, and he just left. But it looks like it went through because he was officially announced by Porto.
Mm-hmm.
But Cruz Azul was left in turmoil because now they're getting a new coach, but they also brought in all the players that Anselmi had picked. So now the new coach is inheriting a squad that he didn't have a choice in.
Yeah, we'll see how they find a solution for that. But yeah, Cruz Azul was very, very vivid about the whole situation. They've, like, paparazzi has caught cameras and clips of the president saying, like, I don't give a fuck, this and that. But yeah, Cruz Azul took it up to, they didn't threaten, but they actually did take it up to the Mexican Federation. And then they were going to take it up to FIFA to pretty much just stall his move and, like, screw him over overall job. But looks like everything got solved. Probably not too happy about it, Cruz Azul, because, again, they made a lot of signings.
Yeah, and some were pretty expensive, like the striker from the MLS that they signed. I think it was like 8.5 million or something like that, and that's a lot in, like, for the Mexican League, for a player.
That's a huge signing. The LAFC striker, I forgot his name. Bologna, not Bologna, the team. Bologun.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But huge signing, crazy things. But yeah, Porto, we'll see what they go. Do you want to predict that one?
It was against Tel Aviv.
All right, give me Porto.
Yeah,
like, that's all I had to know.
That's why I didn't.
Okay, we're not doing that one. But yeah, we also have picks for the league. There's huge matches this week. We might as well get those ahead of time. It's Liverpool versus Bournemouth.
Yeah, and I think as you've mentioned previously, the Bournemouth are giant killers, as we've seen them previously, like last week where they destroyed Nottingham Forest.
5-0, bro. 5-0.
So I expect a similar thing, and I'm going with Bournemouth over Liverpool because I'm different.
I took Liverpool, not so different. But you got to admit, it's a pretty good pick just because Liverpool is benching their players in the Champions League. They don't have to play their starting 11. You got to admit that you think they're really going to play their starting 11? They're not. They're going to be well rested.
It doesn't matter if they're well rested. Bournemouth are giant killers because guess what, Jerry? They're not playing in Europe.
Exactly. Neither are these guys for this match week. So they'll have planning. They'll have time. Mo Salah, get rested, dude. Go make another trip to Turkey. You're like a little bit. It's coming off a little bit.
No, because I'm going with Bournemouth to make more drama for the Premier League because they need it. Because Liverpool are so far ahead, and I'm calling it out. Man City's gonna make a second half push. I was telling Jerry about the possible scenario. It's crazy, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
I'm about to say like so many things have to happen for it to happen, but I'll be cool to see. I don't mind it. Makes the Premier League interesting. But Justin Kluivert has been having a crazy run. Scored a hat trick the week before. Scored a goal. I think he provided an assist as well. So we'll see if he makes a big summer move. Again, he's probably gonna follow his father's footsteps and join a big club.
Well, he's also not that young, so he doesn't have a lot of time left.
Mm-mm.
Because I think he's like 28 now.
Mm-hmm.
So if any time was to do it, it's now.
Yeah, and there's a hella clubs that need wingers. You know, Chelsea, they're in a run for another fucking winger.
Hey, listen, the only thing I want from Bournemouth is that center back.
The Spanish one.
Yeah, Hoyson. Because he's linked to Real Madrid, but Chelsea's also trying to sign him.
Chelsea's trying to sign everyone.
Yeah.
Like, why are they signing another left winger?
Jerry, they obviously don't have enough. Why are they going after Matthias Tell?
Do you know they're well, they are going for Matthias Tell. Joao Felix is linked to Aston Villa.
Yeah, that man's cooked.
Yeah, dude. Why the fuck? Just the whole decision of going to Atletico Madrid ruined his career.
Yeah. Well, I guess at the time he was being lured because Griezmann had just left to Barca, and he was gonna be like their next talisman because they're just relying on that one offensive player to carry everything, and they expected him to be, and he looked like he had the potential to be that. That's why they paid a record amount. It was like 120, 115 million.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked solid, but he just couldn't do it at Atletico. The system didn't suit him, and he's been sucked ever since. And then he went to Chelsea, which didn't help.
Yeah, with their fucking Platinum Fitness squad.
And then he went to Barca, and another situation that also didn't help.
No, the Barca situation wasn't too bad. Of course, yeah, he wasn't a consistent starter, but got him back on track. And just FYI, Justin Kluivert is the top goal scorer for Bournemouth. He has 11 goals right now, and that's huge. He has 4 assists as well. So clubs, Chelsea, talking to you, make that move. I was gonna check his age too.
I think he's 28, if I'm not wrong.
He's actually 25, so it's pretty good age.
Oh, dude, where am I getting 28?
He has a good 4 years in him. Born in May 25th, so he'll be 26.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's so young. He's so young. As Premier League standard goes, like look at Rashford.
Mm-hmm.
He's younger than him, so he's still up for the PFA Player of the Year award.
He is, dude. Anyone could get it. Mo Salah's gonna get it.
Next we have Man City versus Arsenal, a really big one.
Yeah, it's not too big. Arsenal plays for the tie. They played it before. They're gonna tie again.
Yeah, I picked Man City over Arsenal.
Shocker.
I'm telling you, this scenario is gonna happen.
Are they playing in Etihad or Arsenal Stadium? It's a Saturday matchup, I think. Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
They're playing in Arsenal. In London.
Yeah, but that stadium has no aura. No aura stadium.
No, it doesn't, but yeah, I think they're just going to play for a tie again, celebrate a tie, then cry when they lose.
Dude, it's Mikel Arteta terrorist ball.
And then next one is the Milan Derby. Inter Milan versus AC Milan. What are they playing? The San Siro.
They both play in the same stadium.
But Milan's leaving, right? They're making their
No.
own stadium?
I thought Inter was.
One of them two is leaving. But now it's going to be... Who's the home? Because I know if it influences a lot how many people they let in the stadium from a section of the fan base.
Give me a second.
Whoever's left is first. Is home.
Milan.
Which one?
Milan. AC.
Oh,
I just say Milan for AC Milan.
Oh, okay. So a lot of AC Milan gets the majority of the tickets. But either way, I went Inter. Can't doubt the boys. Lautaro's in a different form.
I went with Milan because Conchacao, Leao, they're gonna get their lick back.
It was a honeymoon period, Jesse. They're gonna.
They're gonna get the win, dude. I'm different. I'm not like you, Jerry, just picking favorite after favorite.
It's probably the most seasoned squad, bro.
It is.
It's a honeymoon period. We just saw it. They're struggling.
Jerry, I'm different. I'm not going with the favorites every time.
They were down 2-1 against Barcelona the past weekend. There's holes in their system right now.
Jerry, it doesn't matter. This is a derby. This is a clásico. This is the Italian Classico.
It's gonna play a huge
Or
factor.
it's
That's
not.
why it's gonna play a huge factor. Lautaro is that
Form doesn't
guy.
matter. Anything can happen, and Milan's gonna take it.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Listen to me, Inter Milan.
Nah.
And we have another great matchup as well. Roma versus Napoli. I think they're playing in Napoli. I want to say
Roma.
they're playing in Roma, but I took Napoli in this matchup. They're playing well without Kvaratskhelia. They've been playing well without him because he's been injured. He just got sold. It's like nothing ever happened. The same squad.
Yeah, I went with Roma because they're undefeated in the last 3 games. Claudio Ranieri's, proving again that he's a great coach, and he's gonna get the win.
And there's one more matchup: Chelsea versus West Ham
Yes.
at Stamford Bridge. Give me the Planet Fitness squad. I want Chelsea.
I went with the draw.
And it was also Jaski's birthday, so they gotta win. They lost last week against
No, because Harry Potter's gonna come back and ruin his birthday.
again for the second
Do
time.
that again.
Like nah. Oh, you didn't win last week on your birthday. Guess what? You're gonna lose again.
Not gonna. I went with the draw.
Yeah, was it? Did you?
Yes, I put draw.
Oh, okay.
He's not gonna completely ruin it. He's gonna give him at least a point. Something to be happy about.
And we'll stick in the Premier League, and it looks like Ange is in trouble. One of our favorite managers. We can't save you anymore. They're legit in the relegation zone.
Listen, give him some time. Hey, listen, he's still in the semifinal for that FA Cup. Look what they did to Mourinho. They fired him and they didn't win the cup. If he
Is
wins,
it for the FA Cup or the EFL Cup?
I thought isn't it EFL Cup?
Yeah, against Man City, right? Wait, is it Man? No, they beat Man City.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah, they're up 1-0. But they gotta play in Liverpool.
Still, that's fake aura too. But listen, they fired Mourinho last time when they were in this kind of more events in the final. But if he wins that cup, this is still the best season they've had in like 20 something years.
Mhm.
Their first trophy. So I wouldn't get rid of him too quickly.
Yeah, and I'm surprised if they do get rid of him because, again, they're in the next round for the Europa League. And the next round for the EFL Cup. How are they doing in the FA Cup? I'm pretty sure they're still in.
I think so. I don't think the
So maybe the league is, well, more than likely the league is gone. But at least you have the cup of competitions and to try to win a trophy. Again, that's the main thing for this fucking club. Like you guys just lost to Jamie Vardy. What the fuck did he do to you guys? He pointed at the pad at the Premier League. What is it? Badge
yeah.
instead of 1, and you guys have 0 again. Like, come on.
And if you think about it, I still think Spurs could be favorites in the Europa League. So if he wins the EFL Cup and then he brings you a Europa League, 2 trophies in 1 year,
Oh, the city will explode.
dude, give him a trophy right there or a statue.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, I'm not even kidding.
And then also, if you think about it, he's also in a horrible situation because half his squad is injured. He has no defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing with anyone he can get back there. And then he just recently lost Solanke at striker. So now he's playing with Richarlison at there. The man is struggling with the squad, and he's not getting any reinforcements.
And there's a statistic I sent you that Spurs is one of the most heavily injured players. They've missed a total of like 20 games so far of like having starting players. So yeah, they've been hit very fucking hard. They were like the third. Then number 1 was Brighton, but nonetheless, Brighton's on top of them, so it's kind of no excuse.
Yeah, but even then, it shows that Ange knows what he's doing to a certain extent because they still score goals. Like offensively, they're one of the best, if not the best, like scoring teams in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that defense that has been injured. He hasn't been able to call on Mickey van der Ven, who had an amazing start. And then Romero's been out for who knows how long. And then they lost Dragusin too.
And is James Madison still injured?
No, he's been playing more recently. But he's not going to help, defensively.
Yeah. And yeah, they are still in the FA Cup. They're facing Aston Villa next. But again, you're still alive in 3 competitions.
Imagine they win the EFL Cup, FA Cup, and then Europa League. That's your trouble.
And same thing, like their Champions League spot is not at risk because if you do win the Europa League or the FA Cup, you have a qualification spot.
Yeah, just look at Man U. They finished 8th last year, and they won the FA Cup, and they got the Europa League.
So again, nothing is out the window. Hopefully the board doesn't panic. I know it's very scary because they're close to pretty much at the bottom.
Yeah, but and also look at. I think I know this is crazy coming from me, but if we look at Arsenal,
The fuck?
I know, they didn't give up on Arteta, and in the second year when he won an FA Cup, even though he was in a horrible league position, they gave him the chance to prove himself in that, and then they won, and they kept him on, and they've had a somewhat, better run. Not successful because it's not. He hasn't won anything, but it's like a better run. But if you give Ange a chance, and go through this rough period, I think he could actually have a successful run, unlike Arteta. Maybe even one more,
Yeah.
and
So-
also give him some players. Goddamn.
Yeah, for real. Like, you guys only got a goalkeeper. Like, that's not the only position you guys were missing.
Yeah, even last year they only signed one center back, and then in the summer, even the players they signed have been injured. Like they signed Odober, injured. Archer Gray, he's a young player, but he's solid. But he's like a couple years away. He's been forced into action playing center back when he's never played center back.
So, if anything, you guys should not look at Ange. Look at the people above. Don't let that fucking smokescreen deceive you. And I'm being serious too. But you
Yeah.
never know what the situation.
Yeah, and then we also mentioned Nuri Sahin got fired.
Yeah. So the project didn't pay out. Well, it was paying dividends. Again, there's just no. What is it? They don't give them time. They don't give coaches time to develop. You see what happens if they do. You blossom and have fantastic coaches, but people are desperate. They want results. They want money. They fire them.
Yeah. Hopefully Nuri Sahin gets another job and they give him a chance.
But this is a common occurrence for Dortmund as well. Don't you remember they kept playing like musical chairs with managers like a couple years ago?
Well, it's been recent that they constantly go through managers because ever since Klopp left and then Tuchel joined, and then ever since Tuchel left, like after 2 years, they've just, like you said, musical chairs of coaches because they've gone through so many.
So, I don't know. Dortmund is a shit show. We talked about them last time. We just got to see who they hire in the summer because right now I think they have an interim, and we'll see how long they stick with them or if they even hire a coach this remaining part of the season or whatever that's left. Whatever I just said. But, yeah, it's a tough situation. And then Bournemouth beating Nottingham. We kind of touched upon it.
Yeah, they beat them 5-0.
5-0 is no joke.
Yeah, and especially considering Nottingham were like tied with the Arsenal for second spot in the table, and there were a lot of people were excited about them. Bournemouth just showed that they remain real business.
Yeah, they do. Especially playing at home, dude. Playing at home for them has been a huge boost for them. Been challenging everyone there. Away situations, they could probably narrow out a tie, maybe get 3 points against the lower sides, but the top sides, a tie is pretty good at playing away. But playing at home, that's their fortress.
And especially the way they beat them, because it wasn't just like a 5-0 domination of Nottingham Forest, which if you ask most people, that's crazy because that's what you would expect a big club to do against them.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's kind of crazy. The Premier League is exciting because of teams like Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. For me specifically. The top ones, you could have a fucking top two and they'll score no goals. Or maybe one.
Like we said.
Yeah. And then
Man City beating Chelsea 3-1.
Marmouche made a huge difference, but if anything, the headline for me was Pep starting the center back, the 20-year-old.
Yeah, and like you said previously, like throwing players into the fire, I felt like the center back clearly had struggle communicating because, the goal he gave to Chelsea, it looked like he couldn't communicate well with Akanji about what they wanted to do, so he just like panicked and tried passing it back to Ederson, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't. And then even after that happened, like there was a couple other touches. He messed up a couple other passes, so his confidence was kind of low. But he slowly started redeeming himself, started getting comfortable. But again, it's all on Pep. Like this guy's 20 years old, and you're just throwing him out there against a huge matchup too. Luckily, it didn't bite him in the ass because, of course, they won. But yeah, it's not Pep's brightest idea.
Yeah, because I think also like it was like he had like maybe what like a week of practice with the team, and then just like, oh, there you go.
Because he had John Stones because the center back had to end up getting subbed out because he picked up a yellow as well. So he had to get subbed out like a minute 50 something, and they had John Stones. So if like Pep knew he had John Stones, why don't you just start John Stones and then sub him in at halftime so he could have a look for it, see the speed because it's completely different. It's two different leagues, League One and Premier League.
Well, I just saw recently that there's rumors that Man City might be looking at sell John Stones in the summer.
Well, use him while you got him, raise his value. So I don't doubt it. England is falling apart. You know what's crazy? The biggest job security was Harry Maguire. Probably the lowest rated center back in my opinion, but he had the biggest job security ever.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works out.
Yeah, but yeah, it just shows you the difference between. Well, it just shows you how special Pau Cubarsí is, playing at 16 and 17 years old against these huge matchups and being cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, I'm not gonna praise him.
You're not gonna praise him, but in reality, that's insane. Because this 20-year-old played professional football already. Was getting nervous in that match, but this guy playing the Clásico and everything, even Champions League matchups against Osimhen, Mbappe, cool as a cucumber, and Vinicius too. Kind of crazy, different gravy, as some say. But yeah, what did you think of Marmoush?
I think he, when we were talking about it previously, like I said, I think he's bringing a new dimension to the Man City attack, because he also ignited I think Haaland's competitive spirit, because Haaland was looking a lot better with Marmoush there. Like he was feeding off of him, like, okay, I can't just sit back anymore, and it brought the best out of him, and Marmoush looks really good. I think he was unlucky sometimes with the scoring chances.
Yeah, I think he got overzealous sometimes and got offside for one of the goals, and another one he was offside as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a complimentary piece, and we'll see how they work out. But again, one of the best signings. And who was the? Oh my God, he used to play for Tottenham. He's Egyptian. Do you remember him?
Egyptian?
Yeah. Oh my God, he said something too. He's the first ones that came to Tottenham and told them to sign Mo Salah.
He played in Spurs and Egyptian? You sure he was Egyptian?
Oh my God, I can't think of his name. Yeah, it's Egyptian because he told them he told Tottenham to buy Mo Salah, they didn't. Then he told them to buy Marmoush, they didn't.
No idea.
I gotta look him up. Oh my God, his name's like in the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
No, Mido. There you go.
Mito? I never heard of that one, Jer.
You'll remember. I'll show you a picture of him right now.
Yeah, don't remember him. No.
You don't remember Mido?
Nope.
He played for a couple teams, not just Tottenham.
What year did he play with Spurs?
It was like in the 2010s. Let's see right here. He went on Ajax. Tottenham is 0506. Never mind.
Yeah, Jer, I don't remember that one.
But yeah, he told them to sign Salah. They didn't. Then he's like, all right, sign Marmoush. Like recently, and they didn't either. But this guy knows Egyptian footballs. He's been trying to put Spurs on, and they don't. And they clearly need a Marmoush right now.
They need a lot of things.
A lot.
But it's crazy because what I think about Spurs is that they're willing to spend a lot of money on like certain things, but like for everything else, they become so stingy. Like they'll pay 60 million for Solanke, but they won't for anything else.
Basically, they're trying to balance the books and make money off the stadium as much as possible and try to save money. I don't know. Someone's gotta interview the board and see their thoughts on it. Even then, they'll probably give you a PR answer.
Yeah.
So, can't get my notebook. We seriously need a desk. And then I wanted to talk about the 2-goal lead jinx that's been happening. We briefly touched about it.
Yeah, and I think
The Benfica was up 4-2 in like minute 70 against Barcelona, and Barcelona made a comeback by 3 goals.
And
That
then,
can't happen.
and then Man City up 2-0 against PSG, and then they end up losing.
Yeah, it's in the span of minutes too, because Man City scored both goals in the second half, and then for them to score 3 goals back to back to back.
That's just, and I don't think that's too much on the coach. I think that's player mentality right there.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you're 2 goals up, like the coach isn't playing, he can only give instructions. Like at that point, once you concede, you just have to change gears in your head and be able to understand that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just weak mentality being shown by the players, especially Man City, because it's been happening consistently with them.
Yeah, this is like their third or fourth fucking 2-0 debacle. But yeah, if anything, it just shows you the levels of Ruben, or is it not Ruben Neves? What's the guy that just signed? The
Who?
Portuguese, PSG, Portuguese midfielder.
Oh, Joao Neves, he's so good.
He made a huge difference in that game, and also PSG transformed once they put in not Mbappe, they put in Dembele as the false 9. Again, Dembele will drop you like a game like that, but then goes to the next 10.
You just gotta be picky when you put in Dembele.
Yeah, and they did, and it panned out for them. And even Goncalo Ramos at the end scoring a goal, so it's huge. But yeah, it's a lot of Man City mistakes. The last goal too, like they could have gone with a draw, and but Guardiola for some reason played the ball, and they had to check VAR because they thought that was like a PSG player because they went to Ramos and he was offside technically, but it didn't come off a.
Yeah, it came off good. But
it's a lot of mentality, like you said.
yeah, I just feel like the certain players that on Man City, they've just, and it was crazy because City was known for their mentality, especially in the Premier League. Like once the second half started of the season or like the turn of the year, like they just changed their mentality and then
Yeah, they would turn up.
yeah, they would just never lose. But it just feels like this year they've lost it somehow.
And it's weird. Yeah, you clearly see it in the players' faces when they start playing and they concede a goal. It's like they lose hope, which is weird to see because this is a Champions League winning side. Like a majority of these players have won the Champions League with Man City.
And it's not like they're young or like
Mm-mm.
anything. They're all experienced. They're all older players. Even Foden to an extent.
I think they have a leadership issue inside the team.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because think about it, their captain left to Barcelona, Gundogan, and then he comes back. So who the hell is the leader? They're probably in an internal conflict. Then who do they turn to?
I don't know, cause it's one of those unexplainable things that we won't understand unless we were like in that locker room, and then we could be like, oh, this is clearly what's happening. But because it's everything's happening behind closed doors, we can only speculate. Cause it's at a point where we don't understand what's happening because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. Again, that could be Pep too. He's going through a divorce. He could be overthinking things, not getting the right thing, not being completely focused on football, which is why he's getting divorced. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
it could be a number of things. It's insane. Oh my god! And then Mbappe has been in a crazy scoring streak. I know you didn't want to bring this up, but I kind of had to. Not because of it, but no, yeah, he scored 8 goals in the past 5 matches. Just recently scored a hat trick against Real Valladolid. Yeah, it slowly started to pay off. He's gaining confidence in La Liga. He's smiling more, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think it's helping that he's not playing with Vinny.
Yeah.
And I know some people will like be mad, but whenever they play separately, they look better individually. Especially like this last game with Rodrigo playing on the left wing, I felt like there was more combinations opening up. There's really in sync together, and they were playing really well. And he looked better on that way. But
and it's even to a point where he's actually defending because when Vinny's in there, he doesn't defend. He stays up with him. I don't know if it's the tactics of Ancelotti, but yeah, they definitely play better without him. And it's crazy to hear too because this guy almost won the Ballon d'Oro.
yeah, it's just what they say. Sometimes super teams don't work just because egos and characters, and they just don't mesh together.
And that's why we said I like Rodrigo a lot because he's an unselfish player and he's willing to do anything to win the game.
And he's also better tactically because he can play so many other spots.
I love Rodrigo because he attacks the goal instantly. Like he doesn't try to take people on and like I can't take him on. He doesn't give a fuck. He does a feint, goes through. Compared to Vinny, he does a couple step overs and has to do a couple other things. And then even too like with the attitude, I'm pretty sure you're tired of it at this point, of him like constantly complaining.
I've said it.
So Rodrigo is just a straightforward dog. I want to score goals. He not to compare him. He's not Messi, but The way he transports the ball straight to goal, it reminds me of Messi and how he attacks.
And also, I want to say people are saying that because Mbappe's recently goal scoring form and that he's on he's projected to be Cristiano Ronaldo's first season goal tally and things like that. I'm like, first of all, this and that are completely different.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo was playing in the right wing to accommodate for Raul, and Mbappe's playing as a 9, the focal point, scoring these goals. And it wasn't until later on when Ronaldo was playing more centrally that he was going on those goal scoring forms or playing even left forward.
Yeah, it's a different situation. He had to adapt to the situation. Again, Mbappe's kind of he's adapting to the squad because he's playing as striker. Pretty sure he wants to play left winger, but still.
No, he wants to play a striker.
You said something different at the beginning.
No, he wanted to play as striker. I said his best position is left wing, but
right.
he's always, because this was a problem at PSG too, because he would complain that, oh, I want to play striker because that's that position he wants to play. But even I think TT even said like, oh, he's better in the left wing, but he wants to play there because he said the greats play there or whatever. But it's always shown that even when he plays better on the left wing because he just uses his speed and things like that because he just gets bullied in the middle.
Yeah, he does. And then they have an interesting matchup. They're playing, I think, are they playing Getafe this weekend? I don't know if it's either Getafe or Espanyol.
Espanyol.
They're playing Espanyol. Again, they're going to park the fuck out of the bus. So that low block is going to come intense, and we'll see how he does with space because we've known it. We know about it. Mbappe plays better with space, and they're not going to give him space that match. But we'll see. Again, he's in great scoring form. I don't put it past him scoring 2 goals. Because when you have confidence, especially as a striker, you keep going. You keep going. You don't stop.
Yeah, and especially like with Mbappe, we said when he was lacking confidence, you could see like the chances were just not coming. But when you play with your confidence and then there's something about you that you like, sort of luck goes your way sometimes.
Yeah, it does. And speaking of luck, well, it's kind of throwing in this new topic. It's actually about Barcelona. We didn't talk about it, but I kind of wanted to bring it up. And someone made a great point on Twitter/TikTok, saying that Barcelona has been playing better without Lewandowski as a starter. They've been having the best matches of their career under Flick without Lewandowski in the 11.
The old man needs to go.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Ferran Torres scored this past weekend. De Jong scored. So, I don't know. And it just brings up the conversation. Again, we don't have to linger in this topic forever, but I just wanted to bring it up that it's time to hang it up.
Well, I've always said that the Lewandowski move to Barca never made sense. He only made it just because he thought it was a better chance to win the Ballon d'Or, which I don't think is happening, especially now. But he's never a player that I picture in Barcelona that makes sense because he doesn't fit the style.
Mm-hmm.
And even now with the new way they play with Hansi Flick, I still don't think he makes sense.
Yep.
I always think for Barcelona a different type of player is needed, especially as a forward.
Like Julian Alvarez is perfect.
Yeah, and because even when we past couple seasons before this year, we would see him try to drop back and try to be that player, and we're like, this isn't the best for you. Like, you stay in that box and you score those goals.
Yeah.
And Barcelona, even though people will be like, oh, but he has 20-something goals this year and he's all these. I'm like, yeah, we know he's a goal scorer, but the team in general looks better with him out there.
Yeah, especially with those low blocks. We've seen it, the Getafe game, inexistent. Dude, we need mobility. If we put in another player like a false 9 with, what's it called, Dani Olmo, play Fermin, because Fermin just had a crazy masterclass, and him playing it as a 10 role was fantastic for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, something like that, just making him mobile and someone that can actually pick up the ball, not with Lewandowski trying to stumble his way to the fucking final box or make a pass, is not what we need.
Yeah, for Barcelona, I think just a player with, or a 9 with technical ability is best for them, because even when they had Suarez, who had technical ability, they were shining because he would go all over. He would sometimes drift out wide to make space for Messi to go there.
Yeah.
And Lewandowski doesn't have that in his game.
He doesn't. He's just straight up the classic 9. So we'll see what they do. Hopefully they don't renew him because I know his contract is up. And hopefully we sign someone well. And is Holland the answer? No. Is Gyökeres the answer? Probably not, because I'm thinking about it. It's a lot like a Lewandowski profile, and like you said, it's not what we need. We need like a Julian Alvarez. You know who's a good shot, but I don't think it'll happen? Rutegui from Atalanta.
Yeah. Well, Marmouche would have been, I think, great fit, but you know,
Too. But
maybe Jonathan David.
again, he's a classic 9. He holds the ball. But we'll see. And then one of the final topics was the Arsenal controversy. My opinion, I don't know about yours. That was definitely a red card. It's simple. There's no arguing about it.
Listen, you know me as a hater, I'll take anything against Arsenal personally.
But take off your hater glasses
And then I said, yeah, we were talking about it. I said, I'd probably give him I'd say it's like a classic orange, you know, in between a red and a yellow. Probably.
No. The oranges don't exist right now. What is it? Yellow or red?
Probably leaning more towards a yellow.
Really?
It's yeah. Because, you know, I'm older school.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, rougher tackles, I think, have gone away with the game. And, you know, sometimes I enjoy that, you know, physical side to football. But I think most of the red came from, like, oh, he was going to be off and, like, a goal-scoring chance. I think that's what more people were saying. Or, like, one side was saying, the other, you know, obviously wasn't. But it was, like, there's still, like, 3/4 of the pitch left. So, and there was a couple other defenders. And then the suds up, I think people are exaggerating with the suds up, especially in, like, when you stop it and go in slow motion and VAR. I'm like, it just makes it look worse.
That's a textbook red. By the book, that's a textbook red. He gets him above the ankle with the studs up. Again, he's trying to trip him. If he would have tripped him, obviously yellow. But he got the studs and made contact. That's a red, in my opinion. And clearly, VAR thought the same thing, and the ref.
So. Hey, listen, Jerry. I'm not mad.
Oh, I know you're not.
I'm okay with it. Listen, I just wanted back into the day where people weren't complaining about everything. You could actually tackle. You can't tackle anymore.
Yeah, you can't. I've seen horrible tackles get away. But even Madrid got a similar penalty where they weren't given a red because he got the ball, but then he lifted his foot up and got studs on Jude Bellingham's knee. That's not a red because it was got ball, studs, didn't make contact, like stomped his leg, his leg, but it was still studs up. That one was a yellow too.
Mm-hmm.
That one was a yellow, but this other one, he got him pretty bad and could have broken him.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not mad. You could also give it to the kid, say that it was youthful recklessness.
Yeah, it was. It was. This is his second red card too.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people were comparing, Arsenal fans were comparing him to, you know, other players.
Who? Say it.
You know, young defenders that play for Barcelona. Defender that plays for Barcelona.
Pau Cubarsí?
Yeah. It was weird because
he's a center back?
No, that's why I was confused.
They were comparing him with Lamine at first. I remember that.
No, they were thinking of Ethan Nwaneri.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they were saying that he's same level as him.
No.
Crazy. And then this guy, Lewis Scully or something like that. They were saying, was it Cubarsí or was it Balde or something like that? They were comparing.
One of those two, but they always compare in clearly two different levels. And that's crazy, too, because Balde had a huge fall-off in form since he got injured. He picked it back up. But don't compare. Please, never. And actually, me and Jesse forgot to ask people. We did, but we forgot to follow up for the parlay. And this is our 4-leg parlay. Make sure to listen. It's an all goals. What is it? Anytime goal score parlay?
Anytime goal score parlay.
We were going to make teams, but after we did the pick'ems, we're like, oh, shit, we're kind of in two different sides. So we just decided to go with goal scorers. First one was Phil Foden.
Anytime goal scorer against
Club Brugge. Then Rafa Leao.
Against Dinamo Zagreb.
And then it's Musiala.
Yeah, Bayern versus Slovan Bratislava
or something like that. Then the last one is Mbappe.
Yeah, against Brest.
All that together, we went with the hot streak, so with the hot hand. All four of these are. Put $10. You win out $184. The odds are plus 1,845. Make some money. Donate to us. Send us a shirt. Send us a pic. You got the pic. Let us know because we haven't been hitting. Irving had a decent one.
Yeah, which one did he miss?
The Man City one because you picked Chelsea to win.
Oh yeah.
Then the Milan Parma panned out. Chivas Tigres tied. Then he got another one and it hit I think because I think he got 2 out of the 4. But I'm blanking out on which one. Because I didn't write it down. I think it's probably on my phone, but I don't know where my phone's at. It's right here. I gotta take it off. But
Raul Jimenez.
no,
that was the other one.
that was the other one. Here, I have it right here on my phone because I wrote it down on my phone, not my notebook. So now I gotta grab it. Go ahead, Farm. You could see my location. Podcast right here. Irving's parlay, Arsenal over Wolves, so that hit.
Oh, there
The
you go.
1-0 win. But yeah, not too bad. It's better than Huicho's. No, Huicho only got 1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
1 out of the 4. But this was the one because this is ours.
Yeah, this is different. This was 99% sure that it's gonna hit.
Definitely. If not, the next one would hit.
Yeah, if the next one, obviously the next one's gonna hit.
But yeah, any closing thoughts, Jesse?
No. Except for I'm excited for the Bears next season. I'm just looking for next season.
They're becoming coherent as a establishment.
Yep, and then I just want the Eagles. Listen, this is the only time I want you to win. Or when you obviously for gambling purposes.
Yeah.
But I need
Did you bet on the Eagles?
sometimes. It's Saquon.
No, you bet it on this one. Like
No, but But this time I need you to win. Eagles, I need you. Saquon, please go crazy. Jalen Hurts, please. Eagles defense, please win. I can't. If the Chiefs win, I can't.
you know
I
what's
can't.
crazy, Jesse? I want the Chiefs to win.
Why?
I can't stand Eagles fans. They're fucking assholes.
Over Jackson Mahomes?
They're assholes. I haven't seen Jackson Mahomes in 2 years since he got arrested, so I'm fine with it. You know why? Just because I don't hear about Eagles fans. I don't hear about Chiefs fans as much as I hear about Eagles fans. So, please. I don't want Eagles fans to win.
I can't go with another Chiefs.
You know what's crazy? I'm so conflicted because I want Jalen Hurts to win because I've always been a fan of him since he was in college. I love Saquon Barkley. I want him to win, but if it wasn't for that fucking fan base, I just can't go for them.
Listen, I want the Eagles to win, and especially I want Saquon to get that rank for the Giants fans. You saw a Giants player was arguing with Des Bryant because he's like, Des Bryant said, I need the Giants GM fired and all these things because he messed up. And then some Giants player was defending him. He's like, oh, we have the same number of Super Bowls. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything that he's saying?
This guy that just dropped 3 touchdowns in the fucking NFC Championship. Like, come on. You got to admit, the GM fucked up huge.
Like, what? I was like, what is it? Why are you even trying to
You're mad at the wrong person.
Yeah, and then I'm like, and then I saw that he's a player, and I think he's up for extension next year or whatever. I'm like, that's why.
Yeah,
They're
he's
up for the money.
trying to get his money.
Like, man, shut up.
Become a fan favorite. But, hey. Saquon's about dude, I'm just very conflicted. That's the only thing. That's right now. That's how I'm feeling right now just because I saw a video about Eagles fans being assholes again. And it's a reoccurring thing. I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted, dude.
I can't.
Why couldn't the Bills fucking win?
Dude, I was, me, I was praying for the Bills. I was hoping for the Bills. And plus, the Bills deserve it, especially their fan base.
No,
Great fan base.
They don't deserve it. They're the ones that gave the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. So they don't deserve anything.
Xavier Worthy, not that hyped about him.
He caught that ball, Jesse, yesterday. They screwed him over.
Yeah.
If they don't make that trade, he never catches that ball.
No.
But nonetheless, I stopped watching the Commanders game in the fourth quarter.
You happy about that? I was happy about that.
I just don't want Eagles fans to fucking win.
Listen,
but the other game was entertaining. The Chiefs.
But yep.
Sadly, I wish it was a blowout by the Bills, but hey, you take it. You live and learn. Josh Allen is owned by the Mahomes family.
Well, in the playoffs, in the regular season, I think it's funny because I think I saw a stat that said in the playoffs, Mahomes won everything or every game, and then in the regular season, Josh Allen's won everything.
I thought Josh Allen only beat him once in the regular season.
I think, or I don't know. I think I saw a stat that said Josh Allen's like undefeated in like regular season.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter, dude. You're gonna lose to the Chiefs at the end.
You know, it doesn't matter because next year,
We can continue. It's pretty much done.
it doesn't matter because you know what? Next year the Bears are winning everything, and then we're going on our dynasty run.
I'm staying with my feet on the ground and say, hopefully we make playoffs.
We're going crazy next year. Jay. We're winning the Super
This
Bowl.
is what we said last time, and then we got Aberflus.
Listen, doesn't matter. We're going on a crazy run. We're going on like a 6-peat. We're getting a Ben Johnson statue. We're getting a statue of all these guys.
All right, guys. This has been the podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Send this to a friend, and play on. Peace.
Peace.